Hey there, friend, it's Jewel here. Hope you are having a wonderful day. So, today's topic is about how to stay motivated. So, this is a question I hear come up many, many times, and it's a very valid question, especially right now, given where we are in the world with all the uncertainty going on in the world, whether it's at home or at work, in your personal life. There's a lot of day to day, you don't know what's going to happen next. And so it can be hard to stay motivated with everything that's going on. Aside from that, anytime, of course, you are trying to start a business, there are going to be times where you just may not feel like doing some of the things that needs to get done, and especially when things can get tough. So I want to help you with a couple of key strategies for keeping motivated and how to stay motivated, especially when things are going tough, right? Or things are getting tough. So grab a notebook and pen as always. Get ready to jot down a few notes. And with that, let's dive into the first tip. So the first tip is to create momentum, right? And so how do you do that? You get momentum by getting into action. So it's very hard to stay in a place of, I don't feel like it, I don't want to do it, I'm not motivated when you have created momentum. And so when I say take action, it doesn't always have to be something big and huge. It could be something small. But you'll find as you start to take action steps to move you closer towards your goals, if you do something every day or on a regular basis, that momentum is what will help you to keep going and to feel less of the feelings of I don't feel motivated to do this, like how do I get myself up to do it, because one action will beget another action and create the momentum that you need to feel like you can get this done, right? You can get this done. So for example, for me, I know that if I am having a tough day and there's something that I don't feel like doing, I know that if I just think of just one little thing, just one thing, right, and I do it, and I do that one thing, I know I'm going to keep going. So, on a personal level, like for example, let's say, there are some dishes to wash, and I say, I'm just going to wash like this one quick cup. I only need a cup. I'm just going to wash this one quick cup, and I'll get to the rest of the dishes later. Inevitably, I always end up washing the entire sink of dishes because I've now created momentum. So I wasn't motivated initially to wash the entire sink of dishes, but just by doing that one action, saying I'm going to wash this cup, I've now created that momentum that allowed me to finish a task that I wasn't initially motivated to do. So momentum is something that is overlooked, but it's one of those things that can get you motivated even when you don't feel like it and get you into motion. So make sure you get some momentum. So that's tip number one, right? Creating momentum by getting into action. Tip number two is to get accountability. I can't tell you how important this has been for me across my entire entrepreneurship journey. For me, I have daily accountability in terms of a friend who's also an entrepreneur. We have a daily accountability session early in the morning, and I have found that that is what keeps me going even when I may not feel like it. And so find a friend, a colleague, or a community like what we have in our entrepreneurship mentor community where you can share what you're working on. And so a lot of times when you might have doubts, because let's face it, a lot of times you're not feeling motivated because you have doubts about what the end result might be, right, from what you're doing. So if you have accountability with someone and you're telling them what you're working on, sometimes they can be the energy and the motivation that you need to push you forward and to keep you on task and to keep you focused and motivated, right? And so I'm a big believer in getting into a company of like-minded people or a person who can push you and who can remind you of what you're doing. And so who they can also, just kind of be that energy lifter for you when you might need it, right? But that's another key step to staying motivated is getting accountability, right? Let somebody know what you're working on, what are your big goals, what are your big ideas, how you're feeling, those days that you're feeling doubtful, right? Those are the times that that person or persons can help to lift you, right? And so for me, I have my daily accountability partner. I also belong to a number of communities of like-minded entrepreneurs who can keep me motivated, and I can just even just source inspiration from what they're going through as well, right? So that helps me a lot, and so I know that will help you too. And so my last tip is to make it a practice. Okay, make it a practice to review your goals regularly, right? And so I happen to have my goals here on a card, on index cards, right, which are right under my computer so I can read them every day. You might have yours on your phone or in a journal book, but I really encourage you to regularly review your goals, whether it's daily, minimally every week, review your goals. And so this not only helps to keep you on track, but it serves as a reminder of what you're working towards, right? When you see your goals and you see it in your face, it gives you a real wake-up call about where you are relative to where you say you want to be. And that alone can be the flicker, right, that gets you motivated to keep going. It reminds you, like, this is what I'm working towards. This is what I said I want to do, right? I'm still here. This is where I need to be. And that can keep you going and just keeps you on task and focused, right? So I'm a big believer that regularly reviewing your goals is one of the best ways to stay motivated, especially when things are getting tough and you look back at what your goals are, like, okay, I know that if I keep going at this, I keep taking action, right? We talked about that in the first one, that, I can do this, right? And so that's one of the key things that I know has helped me a lot. I also have a calendar with some of my major goals on it. So I have timelines on things. And so it's always in my face. And when something is always in your face and it's always reminding you of what you're working towards, that helps you to keep motivated, to keep going, and to keep taking action. So to quickly recap, the first tip was to create momentum, okay? Take action, any action, small action, big action, doesn't matter, momentum, okay? That is what's going to help you to stay motivated, especially when you don't feel like it. And number two was to get accountability, right? So get into a community like in the Entrepreneurship Mentor community. If you're not already in that group, definitely make sure you click on the link below my signature and make sure you join the group, or just find a friend or a colleague who can support you on your journey to building your business. And the last one was to regularly review your goals, right? Whether it's, again, journal, phone, whatever it is, put it someplace that you're going to see it and that you can regularly review it on a weekly, daily basis so that you know what you're working towards, you're reminded of what you're working towards, and you can stay on task, and especially during those tough times, be reminded of where you want to go. So I hope that serves you. Definitely email me, let me know if any of this resonated with you and what other future topics you might want to see in upcoming videos. So with that, I look forward to seeing you again soon. As always, have an amazing day.